Warning, the chronological explanation of the situation is totally irrelevant to the question. Well, what's the question? Irrelevant if the truths don't match from the schoolhouse to the pulpit, even at a 360-degree pull or a full twist. These explanations will give you some tools for you to build with. Brought to you by the council. This is all facts and no bullshit. Yes, sir.
What
Back
it look like?
in
The council, you bastard.
deuce in this. Yes,
It's
sir.
it's your boy Boulevard P, man. Y'all already know what the fuck it is, man. Game time.
The council, ladies and gentlemen, giving you all facts and no bullshit.
It's the council, you bastards.
You heard, yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? Just giving y'all a recap, man, on this beautiful first season that we just got through. We definitely coming to the end of season one. Operation, mission, release. You did. If you haven't
Yes.
getting caught up, please catch up with us at thekingzcouncil.com, the Young Kings Council on YouTube, the King's Council on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all social media platforms, the King's Council, ladies and gentlemen. But please, most importantly, tune into our own site at thekingzcouncil.com. You heard me? We gonna lead into y'all talking about some family matters for episode 8. You had a beautiful episode 7 talking about music. Shout out to Big Body Benz. You know what I'm
What
saying?
up, bro? What up? What up?
Yep.
What up, big bro?
Appreciate you on that one. Stopping through, interviewing with us. You know,
Hell
what I
yeah.
mean? It was a wonderful experience. We had mad fun. You know what I mean? We look forward to the next special guest coming soon here at the council. You know what I mean? Boulevard P, what it looking like, baby?
Fuck it look like, bro. How you living, man?
Can't complain, man. Highly favored and blessed. Another day
Sir.
to
Indeed.
do at our best. You know what I mean?
I hear you, man. It's been a hell of a journey, people.
Yeah.
It's been a true hell of a journey, man. We thank you for coming with us, man, and experiencing this with us, man. You know, episode 8 gonna be special. We're gonna make sure that shit's special, man. Family matters, truly.
Yeah, for sure.
So with that being stated, man, we're gonna get into a little bit, kind of divulge just a little bit to lean y'all into what the fuck y'all gonna expect.
As we
Um, as we always do,
yeah, facts and no bullshit.
for sure.
The
For a bit of the recap, we're gonna go back to remembering Britney Spears and Meghan Markle, some family situations that were tied in. With Britney, man, we're gonna start off by, we understand her situation she had with her father, and so what it's looking like, sadly, it seems that her lawyer is claiming her dad's trying to extort $2 million from her as he steps down from that crazy situation. And so with that, you know, they're gonna fight it and try to, you know, make the best of the scenario. But also recently, Britney's actually been, you know, she had a battery situation or an investigation with one of her housekeepers. But what it looks like right now is that, you know, she's actually relieved now, and they're not going to have any charges pressed for, I guess, swatting her a phone from her housekeeper, which was, I don't know, something stupid. But, you know, people are always trying to find a way to get at people in Hollywood. So,
yeah, it's
you know,
somewhere.
yeah, get some money somewhere, whatever, like that. So, you know, she's straight in that regard. We're going to deal with Meghan. Meghan Markle. I had the thing with Meghan Markle. A lot of people truly believe and have so many different opinions about her. And I'm going to be very blunt on how I say this. And I hope that y'all niggas don't take it no type of fucked up way, but it's legitimate fact. It's not easy when you're in an interracial situation, because you always have to watch your back and everything you do. And I'm not saying that all people are like that, but usually the scope is on you. You understand what I mean? Like it's just one of those things that we just have to deal with.
Right.
And so when you're dealing with the royal family, the royal family, you are public enemy number one. And everything you do, they willing and they ready to shit on you. Now we understand simply that with her and Harry stepping out from the royal family due to, some fuck shit going on between their baby and having, any lineage to the throne, basically.
Mm-hmm.
It seems that, they left. They stepped down from their titles and they said, you know what, we're gonna live a normal life. Now there's been some attempts supposedly in reconciliation. A lot of people will allude to the fact that, the royal family is not willing to do that, which is entirely untrue, but also at the same time, not in their defense, but it kind of does make sense, kind of,
Yeah.
just with the fact that they think that whatever they speak on or whatever they're going to try to reconcile and deal with is going to be put right back out for the whole world to listen to and hear, because they think, well, since they already told our business, everything else is going to be told. So I can understand it in that regard, but if it's already out, then why not come clean with everything and just let the shit
Right.
be,
Right.
you know? So with that being stated, man, also recently, since we last spoke about them, they had a daughter.
Mm.
I think her name is Lily. And with that, she's still not going to have uh, any title to the throne, just like Archie won't.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, like that sucks. But it's just one of those situations, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Matters, man. We talking about family matters. That's what it.
Family matters, yo. It's like
But that's
you,
showing like going into our next thing here we gonna talk about, because it's seeming like so many houses are being divided. You know what I mean? Of course, we always know that houses usually are. They got their own things within them. We are, in all our families. But that's one thing that's crazy to see from a royal one that's supposed to be, real prestigious and things. But that's on one side of the world. Here on this side of the world, we know many families. Of course, we don't have that. Um, royalness, but the from political families to regular blue collar, white collar, whatever, working hard, middle class families, and even underneath those, you know what I mean? A lot of houses are being divided, it seems like, um, when it comes to certain standpoints in America right now.
certain beliefs, yeah.
Yeah, believes whatever. Um, you want to put the word on it, but one topic I know that's coming up that's real um serious, that's causing rifts in families, is these vaccination laws and mandates that are seeming to be either proposed or passed. And of course, we've heard the stories of some with masks and others with vaccinations, and people believing, you should be or you shouldn't, that everybody should get it. You know what I mean? But one thing for sure you should take in consideration that we all want to say here at the council is, even though, like the head house, the Congress, may be divided in political views and how they believe things should be in America. Don't let that trickle to your home being divided. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, because we're all, I mean, we're family in different ways, but when you talking about blood related family, don't let that be divided because of different political viewpoints and standpoints, especially when it comes to COVID vaccinations and
Absolutely.
things of your health right now. Because it's real life very important that not only your blood stays together, but everybody aligned with you stays together. And
Brother, it's
if everybody starts falling apart because of what we believe may be right as far as our health and future, when we supposed to have that freedom to decide, that's a different ball game to go into. So definitely, people, we just want to, put that little seed and plant that, and say,
right.
but don't let the house divided in America divide up your home. Real life. And speaking of, another political family, or standpoint where it comes to the division, you know what I mean? We got to talk about, of course, recapping from our inauguration special and first episode when Trump and his associates decided to ally with the riots and insurgents that happened on January 6th at the Capitol. And it seems like, though, that was the start of the House being divided heavily now and more open to being divided. But his tyranny is backfired on not only him and his legal actions, criminally, but also civically. You know what I mean? And it's starting to trickle to his family because most of his family is involved in his business assets and things like that in his organizations. And it's starting to get to where his family now are being questioned, investigated, and things like that. And reports I've been hearing from, CNN and other news outlets that his family's been under investigation, phone records, things like that in his business, to correlate with the riots that happened on January 6th. So, if y'all know how this Trump family gets down and how Trump isn't trying to let go of his L, you know, his family is now starting to take the burden of it. It seems like, and they're trying to rip him from a lot of money and assets that he thought he had solidified. You know what I mean? It's coming back to bite him in his ass. Um, and of course, it's a lot of political things that are shifting and shaking up the world that are, dividing and messing with family, right now as we speak. Even as we have a new president and he's doing his thing and has been doing it, now for 8 months, 9 months now. Um, the war in Afghanistan has seriously taken a toll on not only Afghan families, but American families as well.
Absolutely.
And there was a couple of stories, a couple of headlines that have been catching eyes and ears definitely. Most importantly, here at the council for sure. Couple of families definitely being affected in the evacuation process that was seemingly to be um, very hostile. In the beginning. Of course, we pay our respects and condolences to those 13 lives of soldiers that were lost over there in Afghanistan during this evacuation period. But we also acknowledge all the soldiers that have been lost during this really like uncompromisable war. You know what I mean? Unnecessary war. Um, our hearts and prayers go out to those families affected, by the soldiers' loss and the commitment that was given to protect this country. We definitely, are here for y'all at the council, and definitely the Afghan families that are still being affected over there. We praying for y'all, because it's definitely a scary situation to see your country, your native land, be taken over by more than just rebels. You know what I mean? These are serious militia groups that are storming your homeland. And when your government decides to fall, be corrupt, house divided, then you see what trickles down in society as what's supposed to be normal or what seems to be normal. And definitely American families have felt it, but Afghan families are feeling it just as well, if not a little bit more, because they've been dealing with it,
Definitely.
heavily more and more every day, and critically now, especially that American troops are out of Afghanistan. But definitely there was one, heavy story that I was keeping up with that everybody probably was as well, in the Afghan Special Forces interpreter, Abdul Rashid Shirzad, who was fearing for his life because he was interpreter for the Special Forces of the United States. And as the Taliban was invading and taking over Afghanistan and the American troops were pulling out, he was fearing for his life because he knew he was working with the United States government, and was worried about his family and trying to figure out things, beforehand. He didn't know if he was going to be able to get out of the country, if he, was only going to be able to get out and then possibly get his family out. He didn't know. But to update that, from news outlets and things like that, he has gotten out. His family has gotten out. He's at Fort Lee base in Virginia, so he's doing well. His family's doing well, and family matters. We're trying to see positive impacts like that, where you fight to stay together with your family and keep things moving. You know, trying to do better for the world in some way, somehow. So we do salute, those families here at the council for the show.
Yo, shout out to all of our veterans. Shout out to all our military people, man, that's out there now, that's come back home. First of all, we'd like to thank you for your services,
For sure.
most importantly. And shout out to all the Afghan Americans
For sure.
that are here right now. Few families or whatnot that actually have family members out there. And just to hear stories, just to hear, how it feels. Like it's very weird. I guess it's kind of, for me, it's one of those scenarios where it's like, when all this stuff was going on with, like, the cops, black folks or whatever like that, you feel it because you're in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's your life you live, and so you kind of sometimes wonder, what does the world see? Now we have this opportunity to see another culture, to see other people going through certain things that you don't really understand because you're not in it. But to see that turmoil and to actually, feel that hurt and shit, like on TV, man, they've had people jumping on fucking planes while planes are like taking off. People are literally flying. I mean, like falling off the planes and dropping to their fucking deaths because they don't want to be in that fucking country.
Yeah.
Like that's a statement within itself. Man.
Yeah.
And that's fucking scary, and it's very, very sad, dog. So we truly, our prayers and our thoughts go out to everyone that's dealing and enduring with that shit, because nigga, that's no fucking joke right there. That's no laughing matter.
No bullshit on that one. There's definitely no.
that's fucking like that's beyond words for me right there. And so you know what I'm saying, like I really sympathize for a lot of people that are dealing with those type of things and having to call their families and not hear from them and wonder if they're okay or not like that. It, you know, with this whole family matters, man, episode that we about to say, man, it's about making sure that your unit is straight at all times, regardless of whatever fights y'all have, regardless of whatever disputes may be, whatever differences may come. Understand that family does matter.
Right.
Understand that we all we got.
Yeah. That's a fact.
And if the world, you know what I'm saying, if the world is gonna forsake us, we better damn sure not have our unit forsake us. You know what I'm saying? Like that's something that we born into.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So with that, man, like from the council, we send our love and our best wishes to y'all, man. Like
Yeah.
this is gonna be some serious shit, man. So we hope that y'all open your ears, open your hearts, and just truly like vibe and understand where we coming from with this one coming up. Yeah.
We gotta pray for those Americans too that are still over there that couldn't get out, but
Yes,
probably stayed because their families were there and they didn't want to. So
definitely, man.
our heart goes out to them and everybody affected in all of this and has been affected for over the last 2 decades. You know what I'm saying? And we definitely, wanna send our condolences, like I said, to all of those lives lost, and trying to keep this peace and trying to do better for our families.
Absolutely.
With that being said, though, we gonna catch y'all to the next episode.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Stay tuned. Episode 8, Family Matters. Signing off. Your boy Deuce Deuce.
It's your boy Boulevard P, man. We are the council. God bless America and everywhere else, man.
Gone.
Gone.
It's the council, you bastards.